Raise the banners, call your men to arms. We've finally done it. It's time to celebrate. We're going to have a feast grander than the king's birthday. We finally beat this piece of garbage cooler cut core using an all super team. This was by far, this was really annoying. This was super annoying. I think from the OG Red Zone stages, the only other stage where I got zucked so many times, believe it or not, was by Bojack. Like, I don't know why. I just kept taking L's to Bojack. Like, Broly, I was able to beat him the first day, but Bojack, the L's was piling up with Bojack. And this is similar. Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. Every single time I died to this cooler, I think he legit was like less than half a bar of HP. And what I realized is, as much as I love Movie Heroes team, as much as I love STR Piccolo, I had to kick STR Piccolo off the team, right? I had to reorganize the team to basically say, listen, we need damage, because at this point, it's not really working out great. And I'm going to tell you something right now. You might think I'm joking, you might think I'm exaggerating. The secret weapon to this team, the piece that cannot be removed, the individual who put in so much work, STR Vegito. I'm telling you right now. Now, STR Vegito, he's aged a little bit, but I'm going to tell you, base STR Vegito is very good in my opinion. He does 30% damage reduction. He raises attack defense on defense. He starts off with defense of 130k or so. I have some dupes in him. So that's very good. Like, he's very, very good, especially in this first phase, even though it's int. After you do some damage reduction, it's actually decent, right? And I think that STR Vegito, once you transform, getting that heal and also getting the scouter for 10 turns is ridiculous. Like, no exaggeration. I think that if they knew what the game would be now, they would have never given him that 10-turn scouter. Because even for LR Gogeta, the LR Tech Gogeta, they only gave him 5 turns because they knew the power of the scouter. They knew what it was like when you have the Eye of Sauron, the Byakugan watching everything. Super clutch unit. He honestly is probably one of those TUR, similar to Phi Cooler, the OG Phi Cooler, where even before EZA, he not only is he runnable, but he's still putting up numbers. Like, granted, once he transforms, the damage reduction goes away, which sucks. If he had that 30% damage reduction, he'd be a completely different unit. But he does a really good job. Like, the fact that you get a heal, right, that you can activate. It's not like the Int Vegito or the Phi Gogeta, as good as they are, you don't have any control over their activation. The reason why that's important is because you can pop off the Super Saiyan 4 Goku's active skill if you're less than 50%. Same thing with the God Duo. So you have a lot more control with that unit, and it's just amazing. Like, absolutely beautiful. And obviously, this is the super type mission, so I had to bring N in, and the N I ended up bringing was the Vegito. I was thinking of doing Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but you would then be relying on just the counters, whereas with this unit, believe it or not, with the Whis active and you do a super, I think you can take 100k per normal, which is okay. Okay, you know, depending on your HP situation, it could be better or worse, but he's definitely a decent option. I'd say for the super type missions, and by the way, I did do this with the OG Int Godku. I actually got pretty far with him. He had some clutch dodges. At the end of the day, he didn't do enough damage, and honestly, Red Zone schemed me. You saw the video. I made the whole video basically exposing Bandai Namco for their lies and deceit. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, we just had to do what we had to do. And as you can see here, we do get the rainbows with Godku, which is pretty damn good. He does do a decent job, especially after damage mitigation happens. And look at this. We're going to move off the Super Saiyajin 4 Goku and Vegeta to keep STR Vegito. That's how instrumental this dude is. Like, and at this point right here, even if I took a super with him, it would have been great. It would not have been great, but it's 30% damage reduction. We did do some damage debuffs with the AGL Goku and Vegeta, which, by the way, is probably the most, in my opinion, one of the most controversial units, because I've used them before, and I've never seen people more mid in my life. If you do not get the transformation with them, they will almost always do a single super, and then mucho no bueno. I think it's similar to the STR Goku and Gohan, the Android Cell Saga lead. I think they're very, very good, but I think if you don't get the transformation, they are really, really, like, RNG based. I would say the AGL Goku and Vegeta are even worse because after 3 turns, they drop the 20% damage reduction, and they also drop the potential of getting another super attack, which is very hurtful in scenarios where you actually need the damage. And as you can see here, beautiful setup. Even if I wanted to float off the STR Vegito, I would have taken the super, so God was on my side this time. God was on my side. But look at this. Look who it is. It's stupid, dummy, dumb, stupid, idiot Cooler, who seals none other than the AGL Goku and Vegeta. Now, at this point in time, I'm like, this RNG city is about to take place. Like, RNG is about to occur. We basically need to get to the next turn so we can pop the active skill of STR Vegito. And I do not double Whis here. And the reason why I don't double Whis is because a couple times I came here and I double Whis. 1, I don't really need to. I have enough HP. And 2, I have come here and I have double Whis and ended up hurting me because what ends up happening is that the Meta Cooler Core fight can be a little bit longer than, obviously, 4 turns. They're my 2 turns. And he ended up, surprisingly, not doing any super attacks, and I felt like a dummy. And I was like, you know what, if this is going to be RNG-based, let's let it be RNG-based. I'll pop a single Whis, just so the Int Vegito at the end doesn't have to rely on dodge, because, it's a medium chance to dodge, which basically means he's going to dodge when he feels like it. But I think the changes I made for this team were the right changes. It has to be defensive, but it also has to be more offensive, because before this, I was bringing the STR Piccolo, who really doesn't do enough damage. Unless you get him 100% maybe, he just doesn't do enough damage. And similarly, the Godku, I actually took off Godku, but then I put him back on because I'm like, you know what, I might as well have a slot 1 unit, honestly. Like, there's no reason to be that fucking stupid where we do all offense and no defense. And as you can see here, we get blessed, and there's no super attacks. There's no super attacks because I see nothing going on. Now, it's at this point in time that I do make the decision to float off the STR Vegito. As much as as cool as he is and as beautiful as he is, even with the Whis, I think he's going to be taking maybe, let's see, I think normals he takes 150,000. So you knock off 40%, let's round down to 50, so you could probably take a good 80k per hit, maybe 90, which isn't the end of the world, but 4 of those add up, and this fight is very annoying. I'd say this fight multiple times I've come here where literally he's 1 bar, all I need is a Dokkan mode super, and I get super turn 1, or even normals. Like the normals this dude be doing is very, very fat and very, very big. That's why I took off STR Piccolo, because 1, he only gets the 30% damage reduction if there's 2 movie heroes on the turn, and as you can see, I have multiple people here who are not movie hero units, so he gets zucked by that. And then similarly, oh damn, I took 40k. Oh, I got the super, so the super does raise defense. So because he does get zucked by that, I ended up just being like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and take off STR Vegito. I mean, STR Piccolo, because he's just not the best version he could be. And right here, if I'm not mistaken, I actually do end up fearing the Cooler, but I didn't realize that his super attack was the first attack. What's it gonna call? Alright, we're jumping back in here. I had a phone call, I'm going somewhere, but that's not gonna stop Dokkan, right? That's not gonna stop the Dokkan. Matter of fact, I actually did do this mode while I was out at a friend's house. I think we were watching the Muhammad Ali documentary, and at this point, I was taking so many L's with this mode. I was like, "Fuck it, fam! I'm gonna just do what I need to do." And by the way, right here again, I do believe I fear the Cooler. I don't know how you can tell what the first attack is gonna be. Honestly, I know there's like slight animation where like one bubble is a little bit like indented, but my eyes are not that good. My instinct is not that great. I was like, let me use a Whis in case I don't counter the super. We end up not having to counter the super, but, what can you do? Not everyone is perfect, okay? We were able to do the event. We were able to at least get past this. And I'd say the year 7s are very instrumental. Obviously, the Gogeta has a chance for counter, but also realize I did 40% damage reduction with Whis, and then I got 2 Rainbow Orbs, which is another 14% damage reduction. So 54 damage reduction is okay. Like, if we had eaten a super, I think we would have at least survived. Damn, everybody blowing on my phone. I think we would have at least survived. But I think that, hold up, let me answer this phone call. Alright, we got through the second phone call. I'm waiting for the third phone call. It's amazing, like, this video legit is like maybe, what, 13 minutes? All the homies hit me up, bro. But hey, listen, it's a sad day when the homies don't hit you up, right? Because when you don't have people calling you, it's terrible. Because there's nothing better than when you don't want to hang out and then someone calls you and then you can't hang out. It's great. As an introvert piece of shit, it's really great to just not show up. Not really. Actually, I'm gonna go to someone's house. But yeah, I think this event is very annoying, and I think that the STR Vegito is a big help. Like, he helps a lot. Now, as you can see here, I probably would have kept Godku slot 1, and then whoever put slot 3, if they didn't dodge, probably be dead. And as you can see with the Whis, we were able to take triple digits, which is significant, okay? Because I think, no bullshit, if we didn't get the rainbow orbs and the super, we might not have even been able to fucking do that. And at this point, we actually got really blessed, because we kind of got oddly fucked by the lack of HP, or the abundance of HP, because we weren't able to do the active skills. Without doing the active skills, we don't get the extra damage, we don't get the critical, etc., etc. But we get it now, because this piece of shit, Cooler Cuck, is less than 50% HP, which you love to see it. And I think this team did really well. As you can see, I think they were very consistently good. I think that I did this team once before, and I replaced Vegito with STR Goku. I replaced AGL Goku and Vegeta with AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku. What ended up happening is that their super counters were just not reliable enough. Like, it was just so fucking random. As you can see, even here, I'm so scared. I'm like, I will take the rainbow orbs because I don't want to die. Because we don't, at this point, I don't think we have a Whis. No, we don't have a Whis. As you can see, we take 140k normals. And yeah, dude, if this Vegito had 30% damage reduction in this mode right here, dude, no conversation. I think he would be a must-run unit. Like, he just has aged to the point where he can, if he was taking, say, 5, normal attacks here, he could have died, really, because, you're taking 140k per hit. But it ended up being that with the knowledge, with our madman's knowledge, we know where the supers were, we were able to dodge them or block them, and really, we had a beautiful finish, we had a beautiful ending, and look at this! Look at how, dude, I did a crit, and in my head, I'm like, yo, we about to take a bar, and then when I saw this, I literally started sweating. I was like, please, God, do not tell me this piece of shit is going to survive, because this was such a good run, and I'm like, there's no way. And then once Gogeta got the triple super, I put away the shotgun. I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to do it, it's just not right, I'm not going to shoot my phone, and here we go, right here. And by the way, if this Cooler could dodge, I think I might cry, realistically. And I guess it is good that I got the rainbow orbs, because as you see, we took double damage. That extra added damage reduction probably helped with that. And here we go. We get into Galagun Kamehameha, and you're dead, stupid. You're done, son. You're cooked. You're cooked. You have been sorbeted, flambéed, and roasted and cooked. Very annoying. Very annoying. And multiple times I got very close. And at the end of the day, it is very RNG specific, because if you take a bad super from even the int Cooler turn, it's not going to help. But I do think you need to get to the second phase with 2 Whis, because I think that is pretty damn important. And I think it is pretty useful to avoid popping a Whis before that, because the Cooler Core just does so much damage, dude. Like you be taking, like with Godku, you be taking big fat ass supers. And by big fat ass supers, I mean like 70k supers, which is a lot when you're low HP. When you're low HP McGee, it's mucho no bueno. But I think the STR Vegito's Scouter, super useful, was able to bless us. And as you can see right here, I end up just going straight for the red zone ticket summon. And because I had such good luck in the event itself, I got Fapu and Tien, which isn't that great. They're not that mucho no bueno. And I think I ended up getting Turles, which isn't terrible, but, your man's already got the easy ace shafting the limit. It's pretty much over for that man. But we did it. We were able to beat that stupid idiot Cooler Core. If I have any advice for you, I think the team I used was very consistent. I think that STR Vegito is a must-run if you're able to position him properly. And I think that at the end of the day, Cooler takes another L. Goku and Vegeta rise again. And remember, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and if you fail, just get up and try again. And that is the end of that story. No third phone call. Nice.